Hello, and welcome to Kathy's Eclectic Garden. I'm Kathy, and I garden in Zone 6A in Northwest Ohio. During the next few weeks, I will be talking about plants that you should consider adding to your 2024 garden to attract pollinators. Your flowering plants and vegetables benefit from the pollinators in your garden. In fact, without pollinators, your plants would not produce any fruits or vegetables. In other words, these plants are good choices to add to your garden if they grow well in your hardiness zone. So let's dive in. The pollinator plant I'm going to show you this week is Eryngium yetrifolium, commonly called Rattlesnake Master. It is a unique flowering perennial that is native to the central and eastern United States and a member of the carrot family. Rattlesnake Master is a favorite of native insects and the host plant for the black swallowtail butterfly. It is a nectar source for skippers, moths, and butterflies, especially monarchs and viceroys. Major pollinators include a diversity of bees, wasps, and flies. The common name Rattlesnake Master refers to a misconception the plant was at one time used as an antidote for rattlesnake venom. 3 Rattlesnake Master seedlings were purchased from a local native plant nursery in October 2019 and were planted in my Messick garden. Here they were in late May of 2020. In mid-April 2021, they were growing great and off to a good start. But a brutally cold 2022-2023 winter and late spring resulted in later sprouting, and they were still quite small in early May of 2023. Eryngium is Greek for a prickly plant, and letrifolium is Greek for yucca leaves. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources lists Rattlesnake Master as a potentially threatened plant. It is hardy in zones 4 to 9, prefers moist to dry soil and full sun. The blue-green basal leaves can be up to 3 feet long and 1.5 inches wide. The leaves along the stem are much shorter. All the leaves are thick with parallel veins and have soft prickles spaced far apart along the edges. The leaf bases clasp the single erect stem. The flower heads are on stout peduncles at the tip of the stem. I had to look up peduncles because I'd never heard of that term. Basically, they are short stems that branch off the central main stem, usually 4 or more, with a ball-shaped flower head on the end. Each ball-shaped flower head is from 1/2 to 1 inch in diameter, and it's made up of many small flowers with white bracts that stick out sharply from the flowers, giving the flower head a rough, prickly feel and appearance. The flowers have a honey-like aroma. Here I have Rattlesnake Master planted with tall ironweed. Here in early August are a couple of blue mud daubers busily feeding on a Rattlesnake Master flower head. It looks like a feeding frenzy to me. And my husband caught this bumblebee in a mating dance amidst a plethora of tiny insects in this clump of Rattlesnake Master. This video was made in early September, and we can see the flowers are beginning to look a bit tired. Rattlesnake Master is a low-maintenance plant. It doesn't need fertilizer and has no significant pests or diseases. It may require staking in garden settings, as it can get up to 5 feet tall or more. I have wild senna, Joe Pye weed, and cup plant in the same bed with my Rattlesnake Master. Here in mid-October, the wild senna has lost its foliage. The Rattlesnake Master flower heads are dried up and gone to seed, and the basal leaves have started yellowing. This plant will spread by seed, but not real aggressively. If you want to prevent seeding, remove the flower heads before they go to seed. I leave mine up over winter to feed the birds. They have moved around my garden, but they are easy to spot and can easily be removed if necessary. Here is a good example of one that came up about 10 feet from the original plants. There were 3 or 4 more in the same area. I noticed this year that the original plants from 2019 didn't return this year. Not sure what happened, so I moved 3 of these plants to the original area to replace the ones that haven't come back yet. Rattlesnake Master is easy to grow from seed if you can't find plants to purchase. I'll list a few seed sources in the description below the video. You can plant seeds in the fall and they will come up in the spring. I like to winter sow them in milk jugs, and when the seedlings grow to about 3 or 4 inches tall, I transplant them into the garden. If you plan to sow the seeds directly in the garden in spring, you'll need to cold stratify them before planting. This is last year's Rattlesnake Master that planted itself about 8 feet across the water feature from the original plant and next to the butterfly weed. This was its second or third year in this spot. It's a very wet area, and I was surprised it came back for 3 years. Unfortunately, I've not seen any signs of it yet this year. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video and are encouraged to try some Rattlesnake Master in your garden. See you next week. Bye.